Hello, welcome to Faith in Focus with Illyria, where we talk about life, business, and leadership from a faith-centered perspective. Hi, today we are going to be talking about not panicking. Let's not panic. So I was reading Exodus 32, and it was where Moses went to go and spend time with the Lord and get the commandments that the Lord was giving. And the people panicked. They their faith began to wane. And so they panicked and were like, hey, we don't know what happened to this guy, Moses. And he brought us out of Egypt, but what are we supposed to do now? And so they were pressing on Aaron to build them gods. And so sometimes when we get into a space of panic or we don't know what to do, we make very poor decisions. And so when you're making these poor decisions, it causes you to move away from what God initially told you to do. And so when God tells you to do something, it does not mean that you stop doing that when you feel like he's not near, or when you feel like your authority or your leadership is not present. You still continue to do what it is God told you to do most recent. And so the Lord was saying to Moses during this time, he said, the people whom you brought out of Egypt have so quickly turned from me. And so let's not be so quick to turn away from what God is telling us to do initially. Let's just do what he said do. Because one thing that I know for sure is that when God sends a word, it hits its target. Not only does it hit its target, but his word does not return to him void. So his word, when it's sent out, it's going to do exactly what he said is going to do. Our job is to continue to believe what he said he's going to do and to move away from doubt. So I know that, during life, or at least in my experience, when I feel pressured, when I feel like God is not near and I don't know what to do, I have a tendency to rush into something or to make poor decisions. And so one of the things the Lord told me going into 2025 is don't panic. Stop panicking. We listen to so many prophetic words coming from everywhere. And sometimes you just have to pause it and go into your secret place or your quiet place to find out what it is the Lord is actually saying to you. I know. Ooh, big. Sometimes we hear so many prophetic words coming in and it causes us to fear. But the Lord is saying, take some time, pause, take some time to find your secret place and hear what the Lord is saying to you. Prophetic words are supposed to come, but when they come, they are not supposed to invoke fear. Prophetic words for those who are believers in Christ are there to prepare you for what's to come. So it gives us this time to not only know the secrets and the mysteries of God, but to prepare us for what's to come. So that there isn't a fear, but there shouldn't be a fear because we are prepared. There's this saying, be ready so you don't have to get ready. So the prophetic word comes so that you can be ready, so you don't have to get ready or cry and moan because you weren't ready when whatever came, that came. I know. So I want you to not panic. Don't panic and begin to build up these idols, but instead seek the Lord for yourself. Those people, their leader wasn't there. Moses was gone to be with the Lord and spend some time with God to hear for them. But they never took the time to try to even build their own relationship with God. They were so focused on, hey, we need a God to worship. And so we're going to give you and put into everything that we have to build a God instead of trust in what the Lord, our God, said to us initially. So I love you. I don't want you to panic. Spend some time with the Lord, whether that's taking a walk and just hearing from God, whether that is just listening to some worship music or just being quiet. Or maybe it's even that first few minutes before your feet actually hit the ground from sleep, that you just take the time to hear what the Lord is trying to tell you. I love you, and I'll see you next time.